Hi everyone, I am Ariel Lim, and this is Ariel Lim Yoga. So you know who I am, you know what we're doing. Thank you for joining me on the mat today for Yoga Confidence Boost. So sometimes we need a little bit of a confidence boost. Maybe we're feeling a little bit down, things aren't going our way. So in this practice, we're going to bring some good, positive, empowered energy into our body so we can get you feeling nice and confident and ready to take on the rest of your day or week or whatever it is that you are challenged with. So we'll start standing at the top of our mat. Our feet are rooted firmly in the ground. Maybe you lift the toes, maybe lift the heels, placing equal weight throughout the feet. We'll bring energy up through the legs, through the torso. We'll bring our shoulders back and down as we bring our hands by our sides, palms facing forward. We'll start to lift up through the top of the head. Take a nice deep breath here. And exhale, settling into our practice. This is going to be a swift practice. We're going to work hard, but we're going to have a good time. On our next inhale, we'll rise the hands up and overhead. The palms meet, and exhale the hands to heart center. Close your eyes, taking a moment to scan your body, noticing how you're feeling. Noticing any feelings of self-doubt or insecurity, not judging these feelings, just acknowledging them so that we can bring our awareness to them and throughout our practice, let them go. Open your eyes. On your next inhale, we'll rise the arms up and overhead. The palms meet. Maybe you take a slight back bend here. And then we'll dive forward in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, tailbone reaching back, crown reaching forward, and we'll exhale to fold, planting those hands. We'll step back to a plank position. You can be in a modified plank with the knees down on the mat or in your full plank. And then we'll lower all the way to the belly. We'll bring the tops of the feet down to the mat. Inhale up for cobra, keeping those elbows in line with the rib cage. Exhale, we'll come back down. We'll tuck the toes and lift our hips up and back for downward facing dog. Beautiful. We'll look up between the hands and step up as many steps as you need to get to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold as we slowly begin to stand up one vertebra at a time. The head comes up last. We'll inhale to reach the arms up and overhead. And exhale those hands to heart center. Take a nice deep inhale here, waking up this body, bringing good energy from the start. Inhale and exhale. On our next inhale, we'll rise the hands up and overhead, the palms meet, and then we'll dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, and exhale to fold. We'll step back to plank or a modified plank, lowering all the way to the belly. We'll bring the hands by the rib cage, the tops of the feet to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, we'll come back down to the belly, tuck the toes, and lift the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Pedaling it out, waking up the backs of those legs, building some heat here, bringing good energy up through those feet to the crown of the head. And then we'll bring those big toes to touch. On an inhale, we'll extend the right leg up and back for three-legged dog. And then we'll step the foot between the hands, pivot on that back foot so it's parallel with the back edge of your mat. Your right knee is over the ankle, and then we'll cartwheel those arms up for warrior two. Our head is over our heart. Our heart is over our hips. Our arms are extending out on either side. Check the alignment of your arms. They should be in a nice straight line here. And we'll gaze over those front fingertips. Take a nice deep breath here. And exhale, reaching forward. We'll lower the back hand, flip the palm in front and paint the sky, coming back for reverse warrior. Inhale here, opening across the chest. Maybe you gaze up at the sky. Keep that nice bend in the front knee. Exhale back into your warrior two, and then we'll straighten this front leg and lower our front hand to our shins or the mat or a block, reaching up with the left hand for a trikonasana or triangle pose. Keeping our hips nice and lifted here. Inhale. And exhale, we'll release this left hand to the mat, framing that front foot with our hands, and then we'll step up to the top of our mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. We'll slowly come up one vertebra at a time. Our head comes up last. We reach those arms up and overhead. The palms meet. And exhale, heart center. From here, we're going to move into warrior three. So we're going to begin to lift our right foot up off the mat. Our leg is bent at a 90-degree angle here. Hands stay in prayer as we begin to hinge forward at the hips, extending that right foot back. Embrace the wobbles. You've got this. If you need to hold on to blocks or lower your hands to the mat, you're welcome to do so. And if you want a little bit of a challenge, you can reach those arms forward, holding for 3, holding for 2, and for 1. We'll lower this right foot back down to the mat. Inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. Then exhale to dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, crown reaches forward, tailbone to the back of the room. And exhale to fold. We'll step back into our plank and move through our vinyasa. You can lower all the way down to the belly. Bring the tops of the feet down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release back down to the mat. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up, then back, downward facing dog. Pedal it out for a moment. If you need to take a break, you can pause here, or you can join me and keep flowing. I know you've got this. We'll bring those big toes to touch. On an inhale, extend the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. And then we'll bring that foot between the hands, bending into that front knee so that's over the ankle, pivoting that right foot so it's parallel with the back edge of the mat, and cartwheel the arms up. Warrior two. Nice and strong here in your warrior two. Relax the shoulders down as the hands extend out in front of you and back of you. Head over heart, heart over your hips. Take a nice deep breath here, drawing energy up through the feet, shooting out through the fingertips. Beautiful. We'll begin to reach forward with this left hand. Flip the palm, lower the right hand, and lift the left palm up and overhead for our reverse warrior. Inhale to open across the chest. Gaze up at the left palm. And exhale back to warrior two. We'll begin to straighten this front leg and lower the left hand to the shin, to the mat, to a block as we reach up with those right fingertips. Keep the hips lifted as you maybe gaze up towards the right fingertips. Take a nice deep breath here. And exhale, we'll begin to bend back into this front knee, lowering the right hand and the left hand to frame that left foot. And we'll step up. Forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. We'll slowly make our way back up to standing. No rush. Head comes up last. And then we'll reach those hands up and overhead. The palms meet and we'll exhale the hands to heart center. We'll move into warrior three on this side. So we'll begin to lift that left foot up off the mat. Our knees bent at a 90-degree angle. Stay strong in that right leg. Maybe you have a little bend in the knee. We'll begin to hinge at the hips here, taking that left leg straight back. Our hips are level. You can reach down to the mat, or to blocks. If you need a little extra support here, we'll hold for 3. We'll hold for 2. Maybe you extend the arms out. We'll hold for 1. And then we'll bring that left foot back to the mat. Inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. And exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then we'll step back to our plank or modified plank and move through our vinyasa, lowering all the way to the belly. Inhaling up, cobra. Exhale, we'll release back down to our mat, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Whew, we're building some heat here. You're doing an amazing, amazing job. As always, you can pause here if you need a break, or we are going to keep flowing. Bring those big toes to touch, my friends. Inhale, bring that right leg up and back. Exhale, we'll bring that foot forward, pivot on the back foot. You know where we're going. Cartwheel the arms up, warrior 2. Staying nice and strong, bending the knee in front, keeping the knee above the ankle. Reaching those arms forward and back, gazing over the right fingertips. Reach forward with this right hand, flip the palm, lower the left hand to your thigh, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Inhale, open your heart, gaze up at the sky. And exhale back to your warrior 2. This time we're going to straighten the leg and we're going to bring this left hand outside of the right foot and open up to the right for a revolve triangle. Stay lifted in the hips, gaze up at the fingertips. Take a nice deep breath here. And exhale, we'll bend back into this front knee, pivot on the back foot, and step up, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. And exhale to fold. We'll step back to our plank or modified plank and move through a vinyasa so you can lower all the way to the belly. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Exhale, back down to the belly. Tuck those toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. We only have a little more to go, my friends. You've got this. Let's keep it going. Bring those big toes to touch. We'll extend the left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. And then we'll step this foot between the hands, pivot on that back foot, cartwheel the arms up, keeping our head over our heart over our pelvis as we bend into this left knee. Relax your shoulders in your warrior 2, gazing over those left fingertips. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale to reach forward with the left hand. We'll flip the palm, lower the right hand to our thigh and reach up and back, reverse warrior. Take a deep breath as you gaze up at those fingertips, bringing that left shoulder back. Inhale. Exhale back to your warrior 2, and then we'll begin to straighten this left leg. And we'll bring that right hand outside of the left foot, reaching up with the left fingertips as we twist in a revolve triangle to the left. You can bring that right hand to a block if that helps. Bring the ground closer to your hand for support. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, we'll lower this left hand, begin to bend back into that front knee as we pivot our right foot and step forward. Forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. We'll slowly begin to make our way back up to standing, keeping our head heavy as we rise. Beautiful. We'll inhale to lift the arms up, reaching forward, and then we'll keep our feet hips distance apart and begin to sink our tailbone down towards the mat as we bend our knees for a chair pose. Keep those hands up. Stay grounded in all 4 corners of the feet. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale, maybe you sink a little deeper. as we hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I know you hate me right now, but you got this. 5, halfway there. 4, 3, almost. 2, and 1. We'll push up to standing. Bring the hands in prayer. Bring the hands to heart center and step our feet out as wide as our mat. Take a nice deep breath here. And exhale. Let it all go. Any doubts, fears, worries, anything in the way of you being your greatest self. We'll bring the hands to the hips. We'll open across the chest. Bring those shoulder blades together behind the back for our hero posture, hero pose. Not a yoga pose, but a good one nonetheless. Taking a moment here to draw power up through the legs, through the torso. Let it shine out through the chest, through the top of the head. Take another nice deep breath here, drawing this powerful, empowered energy up through the body. And exhale to let anything in the way of feeling this way, of being confident, just let it go. Let it flow into your mat to become new energy. You no longer need it. It no longer serves you. Take a nice deep breath here, letting this energy course through your body. And exhale. We'll take a nice deep breath, bring the hands up, the palms meet. We exhale those hands to heart center. Close the eyes as you step the feet about hips distance apart. Taking a moment here to scan your body, noticing how you feel here, noticing what you may have been able to let go, noticing your own power, strength, confidence, knowing you can return to this feeling at any time. Open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today for our confidence boost yoga practice. I hope you are feeling amazing. I hope you are feeling confident. I hope you are feeling ready to take on the rest of your day. I hope to see you on the mat again soon. And as always, from my heart to yours.